How's everyone doing today? This is our show, Blackout, where we discuss all the issues within the Black community. And I'm your host, DeAndre Cersei, coming all the way from Boca Raton, Florida.
Hi, guys. I'm Cindy Prado, coming all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I'm Elon Adela, coming from Long Island, New York.
And I'm Dylan Bouton from Las Vegas, Nevada, but I'm Mr. Worldwide from all around.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back with some more Blackout.
All right, y'all, welcome back. So we're going to get into a game where we're going to disagree or agree. So how this game works is we're going to break it down to what's going on the rules, and you're going to agree or disagree. However, you're going to explain why you agree or disagree. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, so the first question is, all 4 officers being fired a day after Floyd's death. Do you guys agree with that or disagree with that?
Well, with it being a day after, they should have been fired on the spot. And I also disagree with just being fired. I agree with that they got fired, but I disagree with that that's the only thing that they got after. They should have been prosecuted.
So fired the day after. Yes, I agree with Tania. I think that they should have been fired right then and there because it was clearly on tape what they did. It was already, by that time that it went viral, it was already at the chief's attention. So he was, informed what was going on. So he should have just been like, I don't need any. First of all, his first thought should have been like, this is wrong. And the second thought should have been, I don't need any attention to the Minneapolis police. So let this be done right now. So
I definitely agree with them being fired. Like y'all said, I definitely agree with they should have been fired as soon as that went down and should have been fired because why you guys got to wait to investigate? What is there to investigate when everything is on camera?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. And then think about how we wouldn't even have to have these protests if they would have just prosecuted and charged them with murder. Like they prolonged it. So now look at where we at.
Boy, justice.
Can I say something? And I feel like this is definitely an unpopular opinion, but I just feel like we should have protests when Ahmaud Arbery was murdered. I don't really understand how protests start going all about when George Floyd was murdered. It's very unfortunate that he died, but I feel like it's been going on since forever. So it's just like, why did George Floyd is the one that made everything go crazy? And then on top of that, each murder was definitely incorrect, terrible, but George Floyd started because he was trying to do a counterfeit $20 bill or something like that. He was trying to not cash it, but get money for it or something like that. And then Ahmaud Arbery was just plainly running in his own neighborhood, and we didn't riot for that. So I low-key feel some type of way about that because I just feel like,
I think what it was just back to back to back. You had Ahmaud Arbery, then you had Breonna Taylor, then you had George Floyd. So it was like a reoccurrence of back to back things, which made people get, riled up. And they're not seeing justice for any of these people. I think that, George Floyd is the face, but there is okay, we got this black girl's getting killed, this black guy is getting killed, this other black man is getting killed, and then nobody is facing any repercussions because of it. Yeah. So I think that's why people started rioting, because it was just enough is enough after that.
I guess you're right, because I think I just said that because I feel like with every protest I have seen, I've literally only seen, this is just me, I have literally only seen George Floyd's name, and it's like, what about Ahmaud Arbery? What about Breonna Taylor? What about a whole bunch of other people? It shouldn't just be their names. It should be every name that we know died from police brutality. You know what I'm saying? You don't just represent one person because it's all of us.
But you got to think about this too, though, the timing of everything, right? So we're at the end of our last kind of phase of being quarantined, and people get this idea that we're done with Corona, everything. But we're also heading towards a recession. We're getting closer to election season. You have to understand that people are kind of getting pushed on the brink of everything, and this was really just the straw that broke the camel's back, and people just, you know what? It's a microcosm of a lot of other issues that are going on, so we might as well act fast and act now. But I do agree that, Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor definitely deserve to have this type of reaction from our community and other people.
this actually goes to our next question. So how do you guys feel about the officers are now being charged and got fired for what happened with the students within the AUC at Spelman and Morehouse College?
Did what she had to do. Keisha Lance Bottom did what she had to do. Because that literally broke my heart. When I saw that video, I started crying. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you? And they were in their car. That's what makes it even worse. And then today,
what made it like worse for me? First of all, they're just sitting in traffic. It looks like they're like on their way home. There was a white girl in the car in front of them, waving at the camera and smiling. She didn't they didn't break in her car. She went home peacefully. But the two people that are minding their business trying to go home. First of all, my thing is, okay, the curfew, boom. You send a 9 p.m. curfew out at 9:15. You have to take in consideration people are outside. You have to give them a time to commute to get home. Then there's a bunch of people. So all right, Atlanta traffic is horrible. Let's just put that out there right now. It's horrible. So you got to take some time to actually get home, and then you go and break in their car and tase them and slash their tires.
The boy that got tased, what's his name?
His name Messiah.
Messiah, yes. Messiah said that he had the taser in his back for 8 hours. Can you freaking believe that? Like, it was still in his back. Like, it was just completely, it was so sad to see. And then what's the girl's name? I'm so sorry that I do not remember her name right now. But she even said, she was just like, right then and there, I thought my life was done. Like, I thought I was dying.
You look petrified. She looked petrified.
I would be too. Imagine, like, and I don't know if that was her boyfriend, her brother, whatever the case, just her friend or whatever the case. But imagine, like, you're seeing, like, they have grabbed you out this car and they're putting you on the sidewalk, and then you see your friend, your boyfriend, whatever, getting tased, and then like you can literally see his body like just being
tensing up and shaking.
Yeah, like that. That was so crazy, and I just feel so bad that they had to experience that. That's just, and then they experienced that in the midst of like trying to protest and do all that, right?
Yeah.
They weren't.
No, I don't think they were there. They were on their way home.
They weren't there trying to protest. I think they were just trying to get through.
And they didn't even get the memo of the curfew.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people in Atlanta.
They just threw that out there.
First of all, I think that was inappropriate that I just don't think that was correct. You don't put out a curfew when it's already past the time.
Exactly.
You try that again the next day. It's already done. We already doing what we're doing. We're already protesting out here. The traffic's already crazy. Don't try and put out no 9 o'clock curfew at 9:50. That's not how you do things.
But then too, I look at that as they're using it as a way to arrest people. Like, oh, we did put out a curfew and you still out here. Now you trying to just arrest people. Yep. That's what it is. Like, that's what it is.
Do you guys agree or disagree with looting and breaking and burning down stores such as Target or
y'all so hate me for this opinion. Okay, I feel two ways. I swear, I feel two ways. So I'm here for the protesting, right? But this is where I fall into where I just really think it's not okay, because when you start burning down Black businesses and small businesses, family-owned businesses, then I have a problem. Because I was watching the news, and this one man, he got on there, and he was a Black man, and he literally said, I had my whole life savings put into this sports bar, and now it's gone. I don't know what else to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I fall into, it's like, it's a little hard for me to be for the rioting when you're messing up people who have worked their whole lives for this. And then you got to think about it. All right, it's already the corona going on, so they already don't have any money coming into their pockets, their business. So now this is just 10 times worse. And you already know they're gonna get the short end of the stick, and they're gonna be like, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you because it doesn't seem like your business was ruined in the riot. So they gotta take that on to themselves. We already know what it is. So that's why I get annoyed with that. And then it's just like, I feel like kind of you're making us look stupid. I feel like people who are stealing, you're making us look stupid, because this is not what we're out here for. We're out here so that we can raise awareness for what's going on into the community. So when you're stealing from freaking Target and you're stealing from freaking, well, you know what? Listen, if you're stealing from Gucci, do what you got to do because they racist anyway. But when you're stealing from Amazon and you stealing from the trucks and stuff like that, you don't know what people ordered. You don't do stuff like that. So it's just like, don't take the focus away from what's really important. And that's where I stand on that.
Right.
I'll say this, right? For me, I definitely understand the frustration and the tension and the acknowledgement. I believe that America will have to burn for a lot of its sins and atrocities that they've done upon other people, especially Black people. Now, my issue, I look at it from your perspective. I don't want to see any Black businesses get burned, but these corporations that are owned by whites and others, I don't really have much of a
do what you gotta do.
Hold on, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And because a lot of them are either complicit or directly contributing to our oppression via money, via other corporate ties and sponsors. And then my other issue is that a lot of people right now that are going to these protests, and you have to really be skeptical when you see many non-Black people, especially white people, at these protests. Just wondering, what is your real intention? What is your real motivation for coming out here? Because if you really cared about all these Black men and Black women getting gunned down the police, why did it take you guys this many years to do so? And if you guys are not aware, there's been a lot of anarchists and Antifa and a lot of chaos being planted and being used as agents of provocateur in order to distract people away from what's the real cause, and for them to the media to be able to be like, oh, see, they're burning each other's communities down and their neighborhoods, and that diverts away from what needs to be addressed and spoken about. There needs to be justice for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and every single police brutality victim that's Black, because we all know that there's no laws in place that protect us.
Exactly. And also on top of that, literally, you have people out there who are trying to make it seem like we're destroying other properties. You know what I'm saying? You have people out there literally destroying a Starbucks, putting Black Lives Matter on it. And we like, hold up, because they're going to think that we did that. And that's not even what we're about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, what'd you say? Yes! And I think they're so mad because of the fact, since we're on quarantine, that's why the crowd is so diverse, because we're on quarantine. People in the house. People ain't got nothing else to do. So when you just see all this injustice is going on, you're like, hold up. It's my time to speak. I got time now. So let me speak and let y'all bring awareness to what's really going on. But don't be coming in here when we trying to get things together. Don't be coming in here messing us up. And I seen a video of a Caucasian man, and he was like, had a bow and arrow, and he's shooting it out about White Lives Matter. What?
And he got
I agree with both of y'all, and I think like it's like a certain extent for me, like if you looting and you want to loot these billion-dollar businesses, okay, like they're not hurting or whatever. But like you said, like the small businesses and you said what?
I said burn down a bank, if anything, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're burning down the wrong buildings. Where the police stations at?
The precinct in Minneapolis, they did burn that down. But I'm a little skeptical as to who actually burned that down. But I do agree with y'all. I really think
the big things getting burnt down are from other races.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get into, because like you said, you made a point of like you got to be skeptical about how many, different races are out there. I feel like some of these white people are really down for the cause, because I've seen like they're really down. But most of them, I really feel like they're trying to live out their riot dreams, because white people like to riot, and, like they like to get shit, they like to get stuff, turned. But like I really think, and then too, I also like my friend said to me the other day, he was like, then you got like white people out here destroying stuff, making it seem like it's Black Lives Matter. Then you got people who are also destroying their own businesses to get insurance money. You have to think about that. And then you have cops destroying stuff. Yeah, people are doing that. Then you have cops destroying stuff that like pertains to them to make it seem like we're such a bad crowd. But I really do not agree with the brutal, like terrorizing like the Black community stores, like for instance.
And it's not even I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's not even just the stores. They're literally burning homeless people. That's
I saw that and
whoa, I haven't even seen that.
Yeah, they're burning homeless people. You're messing with people. They don't even have a place to go. Let's not do that.
Exactly.
No economic position.
Exactly. And for instance, like down here, right? I'm in West Philly right now. So on 52nd and Parkside, they looted the whole entire shopping plaza. Like they looted the ShopRite. ShopRite is one. I don't know if y'all have ShopRite where you're at, but ShopRite. Oh, you do? ShopRite is like one of the most affordable markets in the Black community. and it's really big, and you know, black people own it or whatever. They eluded that. Now we can't eat nowhere because they boarded it up. So now where we gonna eat? Now we gotta go to hide behind Whole Foods and Acme to go get some food and go out into our other neighborhoods. So my thing is, if you really down for the cause or whatever, why don't you go into the nicer neighborhoods? Like now y'all just being selfish at this point. That's what it is to me. Y'all are just really being selfish and y'all thinking about self.
Exactly. How are you trying to fight for your community, but you're destroying it in the
exactly? No, and that's what I have a problem with.
There's a lot of infiltration because these same people will hop in their cars after they get done destroying a lower income black neighborhood and then drive back to their fancy gated community white neighborhood.
Exactly. If you was really down for the cause, if you really cared about George Floyd or anything like that, you wouldn't be out here destroying your own community. You would be out here protesting and trying to fight. Like, okay, I get looting and like, you know, what the message it sends, but you have to loot the right places. Exactly. You can't do like at the end of the day, what are we gonna do? Because they're not gonna come in and clean up our neighborhoods.
Exactly. No, what are we gonna do? Exactly, and that's why I feel like that's why rioting and looting, it kind of gets out of control, and it's hard to say that. I understand, yeah, we're mad, and this is the only way that they will understand what we're going through, but at the same time, you're destroying it, so it's just kind of like, what's that word called? I can't think of it right now.
Counterproductive?
Yeah, sure that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you don't make any sense. Like, what are you trying to do? You trying to raise awareness, or you trying to tear up the community?
And then now too, this is making like the whole Black Lives Matter movement look so bad because now they don't even see all of the other like races out there. They just see us. And this looting because the media. So like now we look so bad. It looks like we don't even know what we're doing anymore. Like we lost focus at this point, and that really saddens me.
It does, and I feel like my stepdad made a very good point. He was just like, because we don't have any community leaders. Like when you look back in the day, the reason why things were so things went correctly is because they had leaders. They had Malcolm X, they had Martin Luther King, they had whoever else. I'm sorry guys, I can't drop names right now, but you know what I'm saying, like they had a whole bunch of Huey Newton. Like come on, it was bad leaders, you feel what I'm saying? And it's just like the people that we have, that they say they're here for black people, like okay, I swear to God, y'all, I am a Beyonce is my girl. I freaking love her, but I'm not messing with her right now. I'm not messing with her because she was really amped about HBCUs and supporting your HBCUs, made a whole Netflix documentary on it, talking about she wished she went. Where you at now, sis?
But she did donate money to the Black Lives Matter organization. She donated. How much did she donate? Oh my God! I read that she donated somewhere. I know she donated.
I don't even care.
The Beehive gonna get y'all.
Come at me. I love Beyonce. I'm a part of the Beehive, and I rocks with Beyonce. That's my boo. But listen, I'm not messing with it. I feel like
I really commend, and this actually gets into my next question. I really commend Keke Palmer for what she did.
That's my girl, always been my girl. Love her.
And I feel like that knee he took wasn't enough.
She said that ain't enough for me. That ain't sitting right with me.
That gets to my next question. So do you guys agree or disagree with Trump having National Guards in the military come to our communities to protect?
Trump's an idiot. That's all I have to say.
It goes to show that the issue is not going to be solved, and instead of even coming close to bandaging it, it's like, nah, let's just pour gasoline and light a fire that didn't need to be lit in the first place. And you know, if it's any other mystery that hasn't been revealed, it's like, no, the government does not care about this issue at all, and they're going as far as possible, every way they can, to silence people that are speaking out about this, silence anybody who's trying to take some real action and trying to create real, tangible change. And this goes to show you as well that, you know, politics, we as Black people gain nothing from national politics. The politics that we need to focus on is local, because the national politics have made it clear for 400 plus years that they could give a damn about us.
What is this man trying to prove?
But see, look.
He's trying to prove that he has a God complex, y'all. He's trying to prove that he's above everybody and he has the power to do anything that he wants. That's what he's trying to prove.
It's a God complex thing where he can flex and be like, well, you guys aren't going to. Because here's the thing, right? You want to know what made things like the Deacons of Defense, the Black Party, Black Panther Party, the Black Liberation Army great? was that not only were they enlightening, empowering young Black people and Black people of all ages' minds, but they were also teaching them they were teaching them self-defense and teaching them to arm themselves. And we don't have a collective armed resistance that whenever there's an atrocity that comes to us and they bring violence, because look, violence respects violence. We try to meet violence with peace and then wonder why we keep getting knocked down in the same way that our grandparents and great-grandparents and so on and so forth. It's because we don't have a collective armed resistance. Now, if we had something like that, that would make it even harder for them because they've beaten us into submission in so many different ways. So now bringing the National Guard, that really says like, yeah, we really brought the big guns out. But if we had something that could counteract that, you know, like a Black Avengers or a Black Legion of Doom, you pop them in there. If we had something of that nature, it would do far more forcing these politicians to look and reflect on, all right, what am I really doing when it comes down to this type of legislation and laws that I pass?
You make a really great point, but right now we got to go to break.
And we're back with more Blackout. Now, time to segue into also a very important discussion topic. How has the Corona COVID-19 quarantine been treating you guys? Has it affected your routine or learning new skills and trades?
Okay, well, I'll go first. So, me, all right, y'all. I did my own nails. I'm doing my toes. I'm doing my hair. I'm doing my makeup. I'm doing what else? I'm turned into a whole esthetician. Like, y'all, what'd you say?
It's been productive for you, huh?
I mean, yeah, but I just feel like even though I've learned how to do all these things by myself and I could at least save money doing these things for myself, there's still things that I'm going to do. I'm going to let somebody else do because I'm not going to keep doing it. Nope. I'm not going to keep doing it.
I know how to cut hair and I'm still going to. I'm
not going to do it. Yep.
Smart man.
During this quarantine, I actually taught myself how to crochet. And I started making my little cousin. Yeah, girl, I was like real bored. I was making my little cousin like different types of clothes or whatever. What else have I done? I've started like learning a new language for myself. So I thought that was yes, like I'm trying to be so productive.
What's the language? What's the new language?
I'm learning Spanish right now.
Okay.
So I'm learning that, and then after that, I think I want to like learn like Italian or something. I don't know.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that was right. And then what else have I done? I just been like, I get up. I'm just kind of lazy with it though. Like I get up at like 12:30.
Yeah.
And
honestly,
then
you should not apologize for that. One thing I keep seeing on Twitter is just like, you need to be productive. You need to do something. If you didn't pick up a new skill, you are wasted. First of all, baby.
No, if you didn't pick up a new skill, then you really a bummed.
You really a bum. Like, whoa.
I'm like, dang.
Let me go to sleep. Like, okay, I was out here not sleeping and now I could sleep. So let me sleep. Okay, I'm not gonna feel bad.
School classes for how many months?
Okay.
Exactly.
And that was a struggle on its own. Now I need a break. I need a mental break. Okay, that's what that is.
People was real life making me feel so bad in the beginning because they was like, you need to pick up a new skill. You need to do this. You need to do that. And if you're not doing that, then you a bum. And I'm like, well, dang, like, I just got back home. Can I go to sleep?
Not even that. I'm really like, oh my God, am I really a bum? Because I'm really not doing anything.
That's what I was
so bad. Like, it's terrible. But I feel like this quarantine is something that, even though it's so horrible, and I'm so sorry to the families and the people who have lost loved ones and things like that, I feel like we kind of needed it. I feel like we really just needed a minute to just like, all right, I don't got nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like me personally, I've definitely got more spiritually in tune with myself. And it's just like, it's because I had a minute to just breathe and just to think and get my own feelings out. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, honestly, and save money. Let me shut up because I haven't saved money. Let me shut up. But other people have saved money. You know what I'm saying? So they can come out of this quarantine like, let me buy a house, you know?
For me, I haven't learned any new skills. However, I have done a lot of new things. I read a lot more. I have a lot of time to myself. I feel like I'm starting to understand my purpose and my gift and really get in tune with who I am as a person. Quarantine, like you said before, I thank God for this moment, like the quarantine. I don't like how everything went down, but it definitely opened up my eyes about a lot of things. I don't like the word woke, but I'm very aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
What I want, and I've been doing a lot of writing down my goals and plans. Hey, when y'all write down your goals and plans, when I tell you, you was like,
I made a vision board, so I hear you. I know exactly what you're talking about.
First week,
you start being like, all right, yep, I need to get it together because I see it now.
So good things start to happen. Thank you.
That's
also,
right.
Like, manifestation, reading. And I feel like we should also use this time to really educate ourselves on our past, as in, our ancestors, educate ourselves on the government and who we are as Black people.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking on that about our ancestors and stuff, I've actually I haven't really looked into it yet, but I've actually really been interested in looking into voodooism and stuff like that. Yes, but no, I was reading about it, and it's really not like how the movies and things like that, the white people took it and made it into something it wasn't. But it was really a religion in Africa. So I really yes, I was interested in looking into it, but I haven't yet. But I'm really interested in trying it out. Well, not trying it out, but
all I'm gonna say to that is my family is from Honduras, so I know a little bit about that. Just be careful, please. Because even though people make it seem like, oh, it's not even that serious. It's that serious.
I know it's that serious. That's why I'm a little scared. But I really do want to research it to see what it's like.
I feel like maybe you should try to reach out and see, other people who are into it for real, talk to them, see how they're doing it and stuff like that. Because I feel like, me personally, I like to get information from people who are doing what they're doing. If I'm interested in something, I like to talk to somebody who's already in the field that I'm interested in. So it's voodoo. Hey, go talk to somebody. You never know.
For me, I've just been reading a lot more and watching a lot of documentaries, watching a lot of old speeches and stuff like that, all to really make my mind think more constructively, critically, pragmatically, and in a bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? So even in the midst of everything, I look at the coronavirus, I look at ways of that being a byproduct of spirituality and, not everybody's religious. Me personally, I am. So I look at it as a wake-up call from God for a lot of people. But, again, I'm not one of those people who try to bash people's, oh, you don't believe in God? Nah, that's not how I roll. But, and then also just looking about how all of this affects us, especially as Black people, about what our purpose is, because I do believe that we all have a divine purpose. Whether we act upon it and acknowledge it and are aware of it, that's a whole nother matter. And I feel like there's a lot of things working against us being able to come to that tune of enlightenment. So I've been, trying to, even as much as listening to words of people like Malcolm and people like Martin and people like Kwame, listen to the words of people like Steve Biko, listen to the words of Rashada Shakur, listen to the words of Mania, Jamal. There's a lot of great leaders and intellectuals that, were really out there boots to the ground, but they also were empowering the mind, that were giving the game and blueprint of what is needed to be done and what we can apply today. You know what I'm saying? And I look at so many things just so much more different now because, a lot of times with the news and media, they want us to react only emotionally and with no other type of, regard and no other type of thinking process. But I feel like if we can take both the emotional aspect, if we take our spiritual aspect, and if we take what we know as far as our knowledge, then if we put that all into one big pot, then we can be much more whole and more fulfilled because, we're looking at things from a more well-rounded perspective.
Most definitely. And just, sorry, somebody else want to say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, what advice would you give to protesters during this time?
I just want to say this. Definitely don't feel any type of way if you're not out there protesting. You can still make a difference in different ways. You can sign up for sign petitions, donate money, educate yourself. That's also participating in change. You know what I'm saying? And if your mother says you can't go, don't argue. Because my mother said I couldn't go. And I just
My mom said it too. I was like, I want to go fight with the people. She was like, no.
Fight with the people. I want to be a part of change. But
She was like, stay here with me. I was like,
you can make a ton of impact by what you're doing within the community. I feel like even passing, like, I was thinking about this, but I feel like passing down knowledge of self to your children and anybody else who can be informed is a form of generational wealth, because that's been something that's been denied to us for so long, of us knowing the truth, of us knowing reality, and of us knowing, you know, where we can trace everything from. And I feel like people get so caught up in, you have to be on the front line, you have to be spit in the face of every police officer. That's not everybody's, you know, that's not everybody's style of how they combat this and combat oppression. And we need people that, you know, a team, right? For example, you know, everybody wants to be Michael Jordan, but not everybody can be Michael Jordan. So you need to have those people that accept their role and know where they fit in, because that creates a well, you know, oiled and functioning machine. And that way you're stronger as a unit. You know, there's more strength in numbers, and there's strength in solidarity, as opposed to, you know, division and, you know, separation. So, you know, if you're a person that can fund, if you're a person that can create, if you're a person that can innovate, that's chipping away at the system bit by bit. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as you're a person that's out there on the front line, aggressively combating it. And, you know, and with that, I would say too, you know, you just have to be wary of, again, the surrounding environments and surrounding people that you're with, because you don't know everybody's intention behind why they've chosen to partake in this protest.
Definitely.
I would say to everybody that's out there protesting, thank you for your bravery. And I would say also really be careful out there, because these police is not playing fair. So really be careful. Also, I downloaded this app called 50 Radio, and it'll tell you like what where different police are going. Like you could listen in on what the police are saying on like their radio, their inner whatever that thing is. So you can listen, and they also have the because you know they talk in codes, so they also have the codes there to help you too. Also, y'all, please keep the same energy out there, like that y'all have out there. Keep the same energy, and please go vote. It's very important to really vote. Please do that so we can really make a change. And also, yeah, like just sign, you know, petitions and everything, and just keep the same energy and keep the fight going.
And to piggyback off, keep the same energy, okay? And I mean that to the utmost. Don't let this be a 30-day thing and now we done. Keep going. Like, let's not let this be it, because
it better go up.
What'd you say?
I said, if their energy shift, it better go up.
Okay. And that's
don't go down.
And that's on that.
I think, like, what advice I would give to protesters, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I would definitely tell them to continue to fight for what you believe in and stand for everything, or you will fall for nothing. And I also would tell them, by any means necessary.
All right, guys. This has been Blackout. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And please continue to support us. And thanks so much.
Follow us on all of our social media handles below.
Yep.
Stay black.
Stay black.